onwards are moving from there to here, between the stars and the moonlight's glare, capturing a glimpse of the light so rare, brightly shining our hearts declare. Radiant hearts, you shine so bright in the diamond moments of love and light, in the warmth of the love we show, the golden glimpse of our diamonds glow, kindness that we find, our hearts desire, the love we share in the radiant fire.
Hello, my beautiful viewers on E360. How are you feeling? Woohoo! I am so excited. Today is another amazing show for me. I am celebrating all my amazing Diamond Beauty experts. I just quickly want to mute somebody. All my Diamond Beauty experts. Some of these ladies are from the beginning of when I started the group Diamond Beauties Forever. We are 3 years, August, September, 3 years and 1 month in the making, or not in the making, but are an amazing group. And I just wanted to celebrate all my Diamond Beauties. But this is all my Diamond Beauty experts, all the ladies that is inspiring us, that has expertise in certain fields, that are helping me to celebrate and helping me to inspire, so that we can have an amazing community where we serve each other with love, where we are for each other in good times and sometimes not as good times, and when we pray for each other when we are not feeling good. So I am truly excited to be able to introduce my following Diamond Beauty expert, my beautiful Lisa. Can you please introduce yourself to us?
Good morning, and I'm so excited to be here. This is another opportunity for amazingness, so I'm excited. My name is Lisa Brerley. I am currently your Tuesday Mrs. Potts on the Diamond Beauties group. And the title of my session is Spread Your Wings, because I've come to believe that stretching my comfort zone and maybe stretching your comfort zone and coming together to share, to laugh, to cry. I've done much crying on my sessions, to celebrate. I believe that's what amazing life is all about. And so I'm excited to host every Tuesday at 6 a.m. PST for me. So I'm on the west side of Canada. And I'm excited to meet more people. And please come join me. And you may or may not know much about me. I am an author, and I feel like the gift that I bring to the world and to my Diamond Beauties group is the understanding that we all bring something to the world. And I was very excited to write 2 books about my personal journey in life, and knowing that they're permanently on paper now forever. So yes, everybody has gifts. And so that's kind of what my group and my session is all about. So thank you, Sanet, for having me.
Wow. Just before I go to Christine, we will talk about Mrs. Potts a little bit later in the show. But I just quickly wanted to ask, you and your husband are forward-walking choices. So when we come around, we will talk about that as well. My beautiful Christine, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Christine. I'm from Surrey, BC, Canada. I am currently the Friday afternoon at 1 p.m. PST. My group is all about the Come In and Connect Cafe. I believe very, very strongly in the power of connection and sharing authentically where you are at in life. It doesn't matter how much you're struggling or how much you're celebrating success. It's all tied together, and coming together to share in that, regardless of what it is that you're sharing, is what I'm all about in my life. So I am also an author. I am a mom to a multi-diagnosed special needs adult child, as well as an older daughter as well, who is equally amazing. My husband and I have been together for almost 30 years now. And yeah, I work with moms, particularly that are struggling with overwhelm and that struggle of having a full-time caregiver role for a child who needs that help all the time, and how to balance your own self-care with that as well, coming from someone who has had extreme burnout myself. So I think I answered your questions.
Yes, you did. Thank you so much for that, my beautiful Christine. My beautiful Tammy, can you introduce yourself, please?
Thank you so very much. I'm so happy that I'm able to be here. You know, there's a lot going on in the group, and there's so many amazing women. So, like for myself, it's very simple. I always tell people I'm a mom of three, and I still make my husband lunch. And similar to Christina, we just celebrated 26 years of marriage. And so, about me, of course, I'm a woman, and I'm really about people, but I'm really about women. I feel that there have been a lot of inequities for women, not being aware of opportunities that exist, and none of us want to be a Blockbuster or a Smith Corona. That's the past. So we're the future. So in doing that and having that mindset, I was really pushed into a space of seeing what's available for women as opposed to finances when it comes to the cryptocurrencies of the world, how that's being used and the technology behind it. It's not about the money. People keep thinking about the Bitcoin, and I often say it gets uncomfortable. If money wasn't important, everything would be free. So that's one thing. You know, I'm coming from a space where my mom was a widow while she was pregnant with my baby brother, and she didn't have a job at that time. So a lot of the things that I'm doing is because of what I experienced as a young girl and seeing my mom still give graciously and come above that situation. And then as a founder of Women Champagne and Real Estate, people think, oh my goodness, you know, you drink. Well, yes, if you want to have a drink, you can. But here's what the reason I put the word champagne in my group, my company name, because when you hear that, people know it's a celebration. And so it's about celebrating women in every single thing. So, you know, how cool is it to know that there's other women out there who were financially, at a disadvantage, married or not, and finding out, oh my goodness, we're actually broke. We're actually bankrupt because they don't know anything about the finances. And when you're a woman and you get married, what happens is you automatically get covered by your husband because that's how the world has been built. I mean, you know, it wasn't until I think the 70s we couldn't even get a loan without our partner's name on it. So a lot of people don't know this. And so, yes, okay, real estate is not your thing, but the education that's imparted by some of the experts in my group is really vast because you go from a space of not knowing it exists to knowing that, oh my goodness, it's possible. So that's, and then my sales and marketing, I've been in the space for like over 10 years with big time magazines. And it was very integral for me to make money for them. That was my job, to bring in sales. So that's where I got my sales and marketing experience. And I have taken that off and taken into with individuals who want to start a business, who don't understand that everything in life revolves around sales. And it doesn't, you don't have to be the used bad stereotype sales car person, but it's just that whole thing. And I also am an author, 6-time international award-winning author. And so I have different pieces of my life in different books. And people say, write your own book. You know, I've been writing stuff on this papers in this year for a long time, and then when I go into a chapter, I'm like, okay, what can I put in this chapter? So one day I probably will. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I think I'm waiting for something really big to happen, like big to me, and then I'm going to say, here's my book. But I don't know. I think big things have already been happening, but yeah, that's me. I added more to what I usually say. Sanet knows I usually say I'm a mom of three, and I make my husband lunch. That's how I usually say. But people are saying to me, stop saying that. Tell people a little bit more about yourself. People's asking you, start telling people. So here you go. One of my coaches will be very happy to know that I share more.
Well, thank you, my beautiful Tammy. And Tammy, I do have a challenge for you. Maybe we will talk, and maybe your own book can be one of the ones that I am going to publish by the end of the year.
Yes, bring on the challenges. I'm all for challenges. That should be my
My,
middle name.
my beautiful Eva, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, everyone. So nice to be here. My name is Eva. I am actually originally born and raised in Europe, in Poland, but I moved to Canada in 1993. Though the journey hasn't always been easy, I am so glad that now currently I am so happy to be free from a lot of things that I dragged for so many years with me. So I am currently a mindset coach, inspirational author, and a traveler at heart. So I have a beautiful 5-year-old daughter. Yes, I'm a single mom, and life has been just beautiful, and even though my life has been a roller coaster in my youth, um, I am still grateful for all the experiences and everything that has happened in my life. I am currently in Edmonton, Alberta. I do escape to the ocean, every chance I get, because I really feel a connection to live by the ocean. So one of my big dreams is to live by the ocean one day, and I know it will happen. What else? I am 3 times international best-selling author just in the last year, believe it or not, which is something I never thought I would. But when I stepped into a different mindset 3 years ago, which was like, I had this little baby with me, and I'm like, you know what? I've done a lot of things in my life, and I first originally started the law of attraction studies in 2006 with Rhonda Byrne, The Secret. But at that time I used a lot of that secret to manifest traveling into my world. That's why I've been to over 50 countries so far. But I never really used it towards my personal growth and heal myself over what happened in my younger youth. Moving to Canada was not an easy experience for me, and many other things in between. Also divorce somewhere in there in that whole mix. But in 2021, when I really stepped into personal development and took care of my heart, my soul, and my mindset, things just started changing so fast for me. And I met so many wonderful people as you and so many others. And it feels to be, I'm so grateful to be in these communities, to have an open mindset, to explore and to even go after bigger dreams in the world, and, pursue so many other opportunities out there, because it is truly, you know, you can do so much. There's no bottom to it, right? So I feel so blessed to be here and to share my experiences, my expertise, and things like that. So hopefully that helps.
Wow, that is so beautiful. So I'm going to quickly tell you the connection that we have at the moment. All of us are authors, okay? All of us are best-selling authors, okay? Um, beautiful Christine and Ava and myself are in the ripple effect, the ripple effect of impact. And I'm sorry, I don't have the book in South Africa, but I know the ladies, you have the book, okay? And then me and beautiful Christine have met out of that, the ripple effect. She became part of Soul of a Diamond book compilation. So So how incredible. And all of us are in the Diamond Beauties Forever group, and all of us are Diamond Beauty experts. So my beautiful ladies, I'm going to ask you one question before we go into actually what you do. So I'm going to ask all of you, what does belonging means for you? And how does belonging fit into the Diamond Beauties Forever? So I normally go down the list, but you can actually today I want to. It's a Saturday. We want to change it a little bit. So you can say I want to go first. Who wants to go first? Okay, Eva, you go.
Thank you so much. Why not, right? I'll go first. You can take this a lot of different ways, but for me, a sense of belonging means feeling accepted, valued, connected to a group, community, or the environment you're part of, right? And for me personally, I never had such a feeling because before personal development, I never went out to the website, but COVID changed so much in this world, right? So, and when I went to personal development, believe me, I had nobody in my immediate circle that studied this thing. So when I went out there and started being part of these communities, it meant the world to me because now I had people I could connect with. Even though I didn't have, like, I have my parents, whatever family, but none of them really studied law of attraction. So when I wanted to step forward and learn other things, that's where my community was online. Joining groups like this one, when they inspire you, when they motivate you, uplift you. The human need for social relationships is so needed. And being part of a community, you don't feel judged because we're studying the same thing. We're growing, we're advancing. So it makes you feel a whole. And I feel like you're able to learn faster and go within more. And as sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming because you're doing something new. At the same time, it helps you grow and advance forward in life. So for me, it's a huge thing. And in the past 3 years, it's been incredible. Like, I belong to different communities because of also coaching and stuff like that. But I love the connections. Like, it's incredible. So that's my take on belonging. And
Oh,
my
okay.
time's up.
Was that a cookie? What was that?
Yeah,
Of course,
and
I'm thinking of food because I'm drinking coffee and I have nothing to eat with it.
Is that a cookie? I love that. Sorry, Eva, you wanted to say something else?
yeah, and to be part of Diamond is just solidifies, really what it means to connect with so many wonderful souls all over this platform. And you never know who you're going to meet next and what's going to inspire you, and vice versa, because it's not just about me receiving, it's also by me giving. So it's a give and take in the community as well. So I feel so honored to be here. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And now, and my beautiful Lisa always says she is stretching her comfort, but I will not take a limelight because I wanted to tell us that. So who wants to go next? Okay, Christine.
Well, first I wanted to say one of the things that I love and ties into belonging is that even though all of us have a different story, we're all women stepping into our own authenticity and owning who we are. And I think that that is part of what belonging is to me, is that it's being a part of something bigger, and also the courage to stand for who you are and to stand in your own truth, and letting that be alone and enough. And so much of my life before was trying to earn someone else's love, acceptance, value, all of that. And that all changed for me after my burnout in 2017. But really, it was 2020 when the world was shutting down. And I looked at my husband and I said, this will be the last year that I am settling for mediocrity. I will do something different. And I didn't know what that was going to be. I just
Amen
knew
to that.
that.
Amen to that, Christina.
Right? Like, there is just this, I needed to step forward into something bigger, into something more amazing. And that meant finding my own people, finding my tribe, that they also wanted something bigger for themselves, and also for a greater collective. And so for me, that's what belonging is. It's this duality of individuality meeting community, and that we need to be ourselves, but also for the purpose of being in something else as well. And that is what 2020 and COVID did for me, was that I'm going to find that. And yeah, that's where I am now 4 years later. And it's hard to believe it's been 4 years, but yeah, that's what it is for me.
Okay. And do you get that sense of community and belonging in the Diamond Beauties Forever group?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like that is definitely like Eva was saying, the steps in which we found each other is so amazing, and being a part of that and seeing all the differences in it as well as that common ground. So yeah, absolutely.
Wow, I love that. Yes, to you, my beautiful Christine. And I just wanted to say, I helped you with a commercial when we did the project Soul of a Diamond on the book project, and your website is just help me, Beacon of Hope. Is that
Yeah.
the right word? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way that you are serving women, especially women that are also in service of family members that they need to take care of, that's like a lighthouse, and you are a lighthouse to so many. So thank you so much for what you are doing. You're not only a lighthouse for yourself, for your family, but so many other women out there. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So Lisa, you said you wanted to go next, yes?
Thank you. My brain and my heart is like filled with so many amazing thoughts. I hope I can put it all together. Eva, you had mentioned that you had taken personal development work, and I think that is one of the keys that I realized in my life, is that when I started to look in and I started to work on myself, and I started to do things that for me appeared risky. Some sense of fear was involved, I guess. But to do something different where I grew, that's when I started to go, oh, I am amazing. And it's a slow process. It doesn't happen overnight, that's for sure. I know exactly. And when I started to do things that were uncomfortable, which really was stretching my comfort zone. Amazing. I love the hearts.
Love it, Tammy, love it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Tammy. When I began this journey of little things that I can now look back and go, wow, I did that. Like, I was certified to be a Zumba instructor. I shook my hips like that. What? In public? And then started to look at how I ate, which was a huge thing, helped with my body, my thinking, how confident I felt. And then I started to do the personal development work. And when I realized that, like you were talking about money, if we didn't give money sort of a significance, why wouldn't we just do everything that helps us grow? And so, like I'm sure I've spent close to $30,000 on personal development work, just personal development programs. And I go, but what's $30,000? Who cares? I'm
Yeah,
growing.
because you're worth it. We're worth it.
Exactly. So that journey of understanding that, and then I think once that feeling of letting go and releasing and saying, I'm worth it, like you said, Tammy, opportunities, experiences, amazing people start to enter your life, like you, Sanet, and all these lovely people in this group. And when I started to show up, I knew that I also helped other people. And so it's a two-way street. It's the receiving and the giving and all that sort of stuff. And so that's where I met my husband. So I'll explain a little bit about my forwardwalkingchoices.com. So when I started to show up for me, that's when my heart started to open and I started to be confident in who I was. And I met my husband at a personal development class. And it's like, I'm looking at this person going, what a beautiful combination of masculine and vulnerable. Lovely. And so we, after a few years of being together, began our business, forwardwalkingchoices.com. He actually began it a few years ago on his, and then I'm like, I want to join you. So we help individuals because we know it's the individual first. It's the individual for growth. And when you come to that point of growth, that's when you, like we're talking about, attracting your tribe. And so we help individuals and couples in regards to having the best relationship ever. And so we are committed to our relationship and thus bring that forth, our experiences and everything else. And I'm so happy for him and for me. We're best-selling authors as well. And yeah, life is just amazing. It blows my mind some days. But thank you for letting me share.
Oh, well, thank you so much, my beautiful Lisa. So I just wanted, before going to Tammy, just wanted to say congratulations to Lisa and Scott. They're going to be our cover story for the Diamond
Ooh.
Moment magazine for October.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be spectacular. And they're going to be our mind-blowing boom shakalaka. And they're going to also be our illuminated author in the magazine. So they have
Beautiful.
already, we did the Power Hour TV show just for the two of them. And they are coming to the author's journey show a little bit later on, but just before the magazine comes out. So thank you so much for trusting us to make you fabulous. You are already, both of you, but we're going to just sprinkle some fairy dust and sparkles to make sure that everybody knows. Thank you. Oh, I love it. So my beautiful ladies, not only has Tammy got the most beautiful diamond glasses, but did you see her heart-shaped glasses? It's beautiful. So my beautiful Tammy, what does belonging mean for you?
Wow. First of all, I echo everything that this incredible cast here has said, tenfold. What belonging means to me is knowing that you're a light, and by being around other people, they don't want to dim it, and they're okay with that light, so it lets your light shine. And so being in the Diamond group, it's been really refreshing for me because I've been in lots of groups and mentorships and networking. And to know that you, Sanet, as the leader, puts God in it is a big thing for me. I'm not saying that the other groups I don't get anything from, but it's important. In business, as an employee or not, sometimes you can't talk about those beliefs that are deeper, which actually are who you are. So I know there's a quote, I don't know it off by hand, Maya Angelou, you know, and when you show up, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but when you show up, some people say, who does he or she think she is? But what she says is, who does he or she think she's not? And your group, I feel, gives me permission to be who I am. I'm very quiet in the group, but every once in a while, I do something in there. But as a person in general, amongst all of you ladies, you can tell I'm different just by looking at me. I'm different than everyone here. And so the belonging part is really, really big, bigger than what people probably know. I met Sanet at a really bad time in our life. 2 weeks before Christmas, we had a fire in our home and had my ill mother visiting with us. And her and I were on a Zoom with another group meeting. And when you talk, Lisa, about showing up, that's who I am. I show up no matter what's going on in my life. People didn't even know because I'm not that person to wear it on my right here to say this was happening to me. I don't do those kind of things. But just through osmosis in that community, that's how I got to meet Sanet. And when you all talk about being yourself, your true self, automatically things just start to happen. And I'm a big believer of creating opportunities as opposed to letting them happen. So that's also, it gives me permission in this group to allow myself to do that without judgment. I think it was Eva that said about judgment, and also the belonging part. Everyone said the same thing. So that's what belonging means to me. And that light, oh my goodness. Once you have that light, I'll tell you something. I just came through something just this week, probably a couple of weeks, and I'm in this group. Whew, I can tell you, I feel like I'm getting a rash because the individuals in this particular space, there's so much competitiveness. There's so much, um, how do I say it? Probably the non-cheerleading part of it, where you could help somebody, but instead of giving them the whole bag, they're giving a couple of rocks, only to let that person sink or swim, which most of the time they're sinking, which we experience it because they come back and talk, and then the person shares more of what they could have given them at the very beginning. That makes sense. So, and when you're aware of your surroundings and aware of your worth, you can't even be in those spaces for a very long time because it's stifling your growth. It's stifling who you are because we know who we are. Now we're just sharing with everyone else who they are. We give people permission to say, you know what, this is not for me. You said it already, Christina. You said it, Christina. You said already, this is not for me. I'm going to make a change. And you said it too, Lisa. So did you, Eva. You're here in a different country. Like, come on. If you can do it, you can do it. And we're giving other people permission. Hey, she can show up. She just had her whole house. She's in a hotel, for 3 months, and she's on this meeting. Like, who is she? And what are you made of, Christina? What are you made of, Lisa? Like all these different things. And I think that's what belonging means, where we can be our true self and to inspire people, not so much to influence them, but to be an example of what we can go through. And a pastor, I'm going to leave this there. A pastor had told me years ago, and I'll never forget this. If God's going to bring you to it, God's going to bring you through it. Ooh. And those things echo. And that's why I'm so happy to be a part of the Diamonds group. And now on that, I can put my diamond glasses on. Here we go.
Oh. I'm trying to take a photo.
So that's why I love the group, and I'm so happy to be meeting you. I read the posts. I'm there a lot. But Sanet, I'm there a lot in the group, commenting and even liking and loving on stuff because a lot of the stuff is resonating to me, and I share with other people. So I just want us all to grow, and it's so nice to know that the sky is not the view. Like they either say the sky is the limit. No, it's just the view. And that's what is happening here with this group. I've seen the group growing from the time I started here. And I see all the stuff that Sanet is doing. Through God, all these things are happening. And it's beautiful, Sanet. You're more than a lighthouse.
Wow. Thank you, my beautiful Tammy. May I give you a standing ovation?
Yes. Can I have a cookie? Can I have a cookie? Does anyone have a cookie? I need a cookie. I'm hungry.
Wow, amazing. Thank you, my beautiful Tammy. I can just tell you that if you looked at the contribution of all the people in the group, yours is one of the highest one. So since you joined, you always give hearts to everyone. You always commented, and your contribution, because every time you give a heart, you get 1 point. If you do a comments on article or anything, a post, you get 3 points. So in total, wow. It's 3 points. There's 1 point for the heart and 2 points for the comment. You are second on the top. I am first.
So this is a test I'm actually getting a good grade on finally. I got to go back and tell my teachers, you don't give me a C minus. I'm an A.
You are A plus. So thank you so much for all your comments, all your hearts. Thank you for your posts. I love some of your beautiful buildings and lounge with the can. It's just like, wow. that you give us permission to dream, because you have these beautiful houses and insight that we can give us permission to dream bigger than what we at the moment have. So thank you so much. So my beautiful ladies, we are all amazing. So I'm going to quickly start now with Lisa. But before Lisa and Christine, I want to tell the viewers, my beautiful viewers, I have done now, and I'm just wanted to make sure I have done on yesterday my 500. Just give me 1 second. 517 coffee chat in two
Wow.
years and 9 months.
Wow.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That should be on a postcard.
But I had to go and search quickly. Where was it? What was the
Unbelievable.
last one?
517? Oh, I gotta
517
get going.
2 years and 9 months. But
Holy smokes.
95 of the women I have that I had the coffee chat told me I'm lonely. Although I'm in a marriage, I cannot put it out there and say what is wrong, because the family will fall apart. So
Mm-hmm.
I had this loneliness, and I know loneliness is going to be a big part of our going forward, especially after COVID. And I didn't know, and I prayed for 3 months every day. Please, my beautiful Lord, what can I do about the loneliness? And then Mrs. Spots came about. So Mrs. Spots, my beautiful viewers on E360, is from Beauty and the Beast. She was that beautiful housekeeper, and I heard the other day, I mustn't say housekeeper, but in South Africa, we call her a housekeeper, but in America, they call her a nanny. So I'm not
Wow.
too sure what's the name, but she looks after the household, and she looks after her own son. Her son's name was Chip, and she wanted to make sure everybody is good and looked after and feel they belong. So I
Wow,
got
sounds like a
a,
CEO.
exactly. So I got this amazing dream, for 7 Mrs. Spots that was pouring out, not tea, the teapot from
Yeah.
the animation, and it was falling onto a LP, that black LPs, that big ones. I
Record.
could hear it was Elvis Presley, but I didn't know the song. And the diamonds were falling inside of the big LP. And when I looked, it was written in the label wasn't red, but it was written in black. It says Elvis Presley, return to sender. And I woke up the next day. I said to my husband, did Elvis Presley sing Return to Sender? He said, no, I don't think so. I said, this crazy dream. I'm sure God have helped me now with Mrs. Potts, but let me. And ladies, I went and searched. Elvis Presley wrote Return to Sender. He sang it. And we started with 3 Mrs. Potts, then 5, then 7. Now we've got 15 Mrs. Potts. Half an hour tea parties, 3 ladies a day from Monday to Friday. So that's where Mrs. Spots is coming from. Now, Lisa, please tell us about your Mrs. Spots and what day of the week it is. Thank
Ah,
you.
I would like to add to your housekeeper nanny sort of title, caregiver. I think that's what we are doing. We are caring and we are giving. So my Mrs. Potts is titled Spread Your Wings, and every Tuesday at 6 a.m. PST time. I'm the time zone traveler. However, I do not have them all in my head. So 6 a.m. PST time is where I am right now. And I will definitely be having coffee with you. However, come November, I will be in Thailand, and it will be about 8 p.m. where I will have water with you. And we'll have an amazing conversation. And as my title, our company says, Forward Walking Choices, um, even if you come and do not talk and you just want to sit and listen, you've made a forward walking choice. So thank you for giving back to you, and I'm excited to meet you.
Wow. Thank you. And my beautiful viewers, if you are in the Diamond Beauties Forever group, and you can join any, but the ladies are also allowed to invite any of their friends. And maybe the ladies would also love to be part of the Diamond Beauties, but it's not for men. So a few men wanted to join us, and the men is going to have their own community. Lisa's husband is going to start up with, we're going to have three gentlemen that's going to have their own real men talk and real man. I don't know what they're going to do. Cave talking. I don't know. But they're going to have, but this is not for, it is only for women. And then what I wanted to mention is that when Lisa goes to Thailand,
Thailand.
Thailand. She will be 9 o'clock. So it will be exactly the same time it's now. She just have to do different time zones. She is changing. So it will stay the same. So my beautiful Lisa, thank you so much for being a Mrs. Spots for Tuesday.
And look for my banner with the blue dragonfly. That's my banner under the events tab.
Wow, thank you. So yes, please go and look under the events tab. All of the Mrs. Spots events is in there. So my beautiful Christine, can you tell us about your beautiful one on a Friday?
Yeah, Fridays at 1 p.m. PST. Mine is the Come In and Connect Cafe. And as I said earlier, it really is about just coming in and connecting. And like Lisa said, you don't need to share if you don't want to. It really is about coming and being who you are, whatever you're in that moment, and you are welcome. And I'm there for you. We'll be there for each other. And it really is, when we were talking about that beacon of hope or the light, I see that each of us have our own light. And it's just a matter of sometimes we need someone else's light to spark our own. And that's what I'm about, because sometimes we forget our own shine, and it takes seeing someone else's shine to be like, oh, I have that too. And it's all individual, it's all unique, and everyone is welcome.
Thank you, my beautiful Christine. And my beautiful ladies, we don't record a session, but at the end, the host will ask you if you want to be regularly invited. You can provide your email into the chat, and then it can go into your inbox. And they're going to take a photo so that they can post on the Diamond Beauties to say we had an amazing event. That's all they're going to do. So my beautiful Tammy, I'm going to skip you for a reason, but there is a reason for it. I'm going to go to Eva. So Eva, you are on the Diamond Beauty group. You are our inspirational expert. I love your beautiful post. You say good morning, or if there's something that you wanted to highlight, your words, your posting is truly a blessing for me to read, and it's truly amazing. And I don't know if you saw how many of the ladies have responded with your post. So please continue what you are doing. So can you tell us how do you feel being our inspirational, and we actually would have said slash travel expert?
Yes. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I love, the inspiration. And it's funny because one day I just woke up and I got up, opened my eyes, and because of the book, The Ripple Effect of Impact, I'm like, I'm going to start podcasting. I'm like, wait, who said that? And then all of a sudden I'm like, I just want to, share people's stories. And it just happened like that, right? So that's why I called it Rise and Thrive, because you want to rise in the morning and have that sense of, going after your goal, your passion or whatever. And that's why I called it Rise and Thrive Mornings with Intention. So now I do the podcast under the same name. And I said, yeah, all it takes is inspiration. And then you as a person have to make that decision, go forward and do what your heart is telling you, like have that instant, yes, I want to do that and go after it, So that's why I love inspiring people and fulfilling their dreams, because, that's where I've been. That's where a lot of us have been. we got up, we wanted to do something, and we went after it most of the time. And sometimes it takes a little bit extra time, but then you see a post that inspires you, or a video or community, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go out there and do it too. That's all it takes sometimes. Yeah.
Wow. I love it. And I will never forget 11 is my angel number. I do see a lot of 11 almost every day. And here in South Africa, we are on military time. So I see 22 almost every day. So when Ava asked me to be on her podcast, I said, "Oh, I wish I would be number 11." And she said, "No, I think you're going to be number 12." And then she made it work that well, I don't know how it worked out, but I had 11 podcasts. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh." I quickly get a voice note to Ava. Ava, I love you. I love you.
Oh, it's funny because I do the podcast and I release them in the order I had the guests, right? And it's funny because that one guest, it's just like, I don't know what happened. I think she forgot about the podcast. I'm like, well, I guess Sunday is going to number 11. Yay! So magic. Magic.
Magic. Oh, thank you so much, my beautiful Ava. So, Tammy, I actually have left you to last. So, Tammy, you have inspired so many ladies in a group with your marketing, with the way that you are trying. And it's a very big thing because money wise, it's always a big thing. There's a lot of people that are struggling with money. You came quite a few times to our money magic mastery summits as well. But I wanted to say to you, thank you so much for what you are doing. But now you came with a new thing, and that the reason why I wanted to mention it. You asked me for a banner, a specific banner. Can you tell us what the banner is for? Because we also wanted to extend it to the Diamond Beauties if they want to also do something like that. Because I think it's brilliant. Thank you, my beautiful Tammy.
Thank you for saying that. You know, I I guess over the years in being sales and marketing, and selling things that were not giving people real value, even though that was my job to sell it. Just over time, I realized what really should be. So I designed. I didn't do it myself, but it was my brain and my idea of having a website that's really for the people that are on the website. So I asked Sanet to have a banner on my website. So it's about my Women Champagne Real Estate Group, and what it is, it's surrounding everything from health to finances to real estate to business to sales and marketing, and health means everything. And so what it is, it's a platform that there will be. I have some experts on there where you can connect with them directly, and also I'm having some spaces on there, banner ad spots that someone can actually post their business or their offerings for a term, and it's going to be integrated with a strategic SEO strategy. So it's a website unlike most that you will see. It's not all about Tammy, even though I can talk about me forever. But the experts in there are on there for a reason because they're experts in their fields. And I want to be able to garner them more eyeballs than what they're already having. And I have an opt-in email list that this will be going to on a regular basis through my campaign, MailChimp, and also Constant Contact, and then also in different other areas. Plus, the experts are sharing it with their people. And I'm giving it to Sanet because I haven't figured out prior to this how I could give back to her all the things that she gives back. The commenting, the post, the sharing with people has been great. I share with, but I was trying to figure out in the infancy stages of me putting this website together, how can I give her? So she has a permanent spot on the banner on the website as a banner placement, and there will be fees for that. I'm doing something really small. It's $100 for the entire year to have a banner spot. That's like $10 a month. And what it will yield people is more people seeing what you offer. That's what it's all about. And it's not going to be, just put it this way. I don't think people understand this. A website, and this is where my consultation comes in with sales and marketing. A website is not a glorified yellow pages or direct delisting. The whole part of a website is to get people to stay on it and either subscribe, opt in, connect, and actually turn into a possible potential client, potential collaborator with you, or even buy. And when people fully understand that, like you said, Lisa, things start to happen. And there's all kinds of websites. I used to sell banner ads with the publishing company I was with for $3,000 a year. And that was based on the number of people that came to the website. It wasn't based on anything else. And so I'm taking it to another level where you're on that site, Sanet. The goal is hoping with the SEO that the people that come to it eventually are going to reach out to you. Now, it might not happen overnight, but for $10 a month, I mean, we're spending $10 probably for 2 coffees or 2 teas, so it's just another way to market ourselves without gouging people. And I've assessed so many websites, and I end up being the in-between now with people who want a website or have a website, and the functionality that they wanted is not in the website. And it's very disturbing to me because they paid based on packages, 5 pages, and 5 pages, and the cost is more if it goes on to more. And everything is great. It looks great. It shows everything they've done. But there has to be something in the website for you as the owner of that website to monetize on that without gouging people. And so my website is a small example of what someone could do with a website. And I already have, I just launched it within a month. I have, I don't know, 4 or 5 people that said that they want to have a banner. That's $400 or $500. Now, I'm not talking about the money because it's not about the money, but what it is.
Sorry, I will have to interrupt you, my beautiful one, because our show is almost finished and we
Okay,
still
so
need
that's
to
it.
go. But can I just tell everyone from the Diamond Beauties from E360 viewers, all in the show notes below is all of my guest details. So please connect with them. My beautiful Diamond Beauties, connect with Tammy because she's got a way for you to take your website and help you do get advertising space. There's something that she will do on her side so that she can teach all of us what to do. I used to use my paparazzi pen for your golden nuggets, but there's no time for golden nuggets. So just give me a smile, everyone. One more other post. Wow, thank you so much, my beautiful ladies. Thank you so much for coming through. Will you have a dance with me?
Yes.
My beautiful viewers on E360, will you have a dance with us? Oh, they said yes, they said yes. Here we go. Woo, Chani! Oh, Lisa, Christine, Eva.
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Smiling at a moonbeam or swimming in the sun. Sprinkle me with fairy dust.
Bye-bye, everyone.